deep fly ball, a drive to center field. That'll get over the head of Robinson and all the way to the fence. Lorbeck drives the lane, puts it up, right-hand lane, gets it to fall. He'll go to line for one more.
Very nice take by Zach Lorbeck.
Trying to go around Engel. He stones him far side.
Point blank on Engel again, and he stops him.
Shotgun snap, Engel looking left, now looking right. Throw far side, throws a fade up for grabs. Hunter Beechler, far side pylon. He comes down with it. Touchdown, Bayport Pirates. Line and ball into left field, and that'll go all the way to the fence. Coming in to score will be Hilbert. Feed it in. Matty Ray, right-hand lane and down.
Great steal by Ray. Jerks with a nice lob over the top.
Four skates to the near side circle, looking for some time. One time, and a Martin Suna knock off the water bottle. It's a one-timer and a goal, and the Pirates, they extend their lead.
He takes a swing at it. He'll send that one deep to right, and looks like that one's going to be a walk-off grand slam for Joe Byer.
And your state champions.
Your state champion.
Your Bayport Pirates.
Swinging a fly ball to center field.
It's over!
And that's it!
The Pirates win it!
And good evening, everybody. Welcome out to Coleman High School as we get ready for our wrestling duel tonight with Bayport High School. Bayport Pirates against Coleman Cougars tonight. We've got the number 4 ranked team in Division I, Bayport, against the number 5 ranked team in Division II, the Coleman Cougars. We're at Coleman High School tonight, and we are excited to bring you some wrestling. This is Ryan Wellnitz. Got Brian LeClaire with me tonight. Brian, ready for some wrestling?
Super excited to start the year. What a great environment. We got here at 5:30, and half the stadium's 3/4 of the gym was already filled. So excited for some good high school wrestling tonight.
So we've got the Coleman Cougars, normally a Division III team, has moved up this year to Division II based on new rules by WIAA called competitive balance. And what that means is teams that are having success in the postseason over a period of 3 years are given points. And those points then give them the opportunity to move up a division at a higher division level in particular sports. And Coleman is one of those schools that has moved up this year. In fact, I believe there's only 3 schools in the state of Wisconsin. There's Luxembourg Casco, who's moved up from Division II to Division I, who Bayport saw last weekend. We'll talk about that shortly. Coleman Cougars have moved up from Division III to Division II, and Fenimore has moved up from Division III to Division II. So we are wrestling what is normally a Division III team tonight is now a Division II. That doesn't change anything about how good they are. And so we're going to have an awesome duel here tonight, and we're about to see a couple of really excellent wrestling teams take it on the mat tonight.
Absolutely. D3, D2, D1, it really doesn't matter. Coleman has had tradition of wrestling. Looking down their lineup, even 20 years ago, you remember some of the names, the Nowaks, the Beavers. You're starting to see that more and more. Coleman has always been a powerhouse. I don't care what division they're in. They're going to show up, and they're going to wrestle their tails off.
So we're glad to have you with us tonight. Teams are warming up, as you can see out in front of us, and we will get going here in just a moment. And we'll have some wrestling here from Coleman High School as we prepare for tonight's duel with the Bayport Pirates and the Coleman Cougars. We'll give you a little bit more information about these two teams as we're kind of working through this warm-up and get you ready for some awesome wrestling here tonight. So starting tonight at 165 pounds. And as you may remember, if you've listened to us before, we'll just tell you a little bit more about it again, is that in the sport of wrestling, when the teams are weighing in, there is a random draw that is made by the referees with the coaches. They choose which weight class will weigh in first and then also start the match. Tonight that draw was for 165 pounds, and so we will start the duel at 165 pounds. The reason that they've done that is because in the past it always started at the lowest weight class and ended at the highest weight class, and that always puts a lot of pressure on the heavyweights or the heavy guys. And so they said, let's balance that out and let's go to a random draw. This has been going on for several years, 15, 20 years, something like that. But with that said, it's a really nice addition to the sport to say we don't always have to start at the lightest weight and finish at the heaviest. Let's make sure we give these guys a chance. So
Absolutely, and I'll tell you what, it also puts a little bit more pressure on the coaches starting at different weights, right? What are they going to do? Are you planning on bumping some people anywhere? So it puts a little bit more pressure on the coaches to make sure that they're getting the best matchups. Just made the sport that much more exciting.
So we are excited to get going here tonight with a great duel between Coleman and Bayport. So a little bit about these two teams. Coleman started out last week in their duel, non-conference duel against Pulaski. Obviously, Pulaski is someone we know very well. We wrestle as part of our conference and is always competitive between Pulaski and Bayport. Coleman won that duel 37-34. Great duel. A little surprising it was that tight because I think Coleman is probably a much better team. However, Coleman, from what we've looked at, Coleman has 3 wrestlers that are ranked in the state but haven't been on the mat yet. And so we know that there's some injuries coming out of football, or there might be some weight that has to get brought down before these guys can get into their weight classes. And so we'll see if they come in tonight, but we know that Coleman's got 3 wrestlers, and Brady Herzog at 144, Micah Kuta at 165, and Wes Bieber at 215 have not seen competition yet. Micah ranked number 2, Wes Bieber ranked number 10. So they've got some studs that haven't even seen the mat yet. So
absolutely. Football's a long season, and with Micah Kuta being number 2, we're going to find out right away whether he's wrestling or not, with that being our first match of the night. And yeah, Bayport coming off a successful football season has a lot of the same type of issues now. Guys kind of beefed up a little bit for football, and they're starting to get their bodies ready for the wrestling season. So both lineups are going to look a lot different, in the beginning of the year. Come to us in 2 months, they're going to look significantly different.
And Coleman had a run into the back end of the football season. Of course, our Bayport Pirates, with a state title in football, had an excellent run into the back end of the season, but that also takes some of your potential varsity guys and delays their wrestling season a little bit. Wrestling started a week before the state finals. And with that said, you've got a couple weeks into wrestling before some of your guys from football have even seen the mat. And that means that we've got some interesting situations in how we get our lineups going. Here's the deal. Doesn't matter because you're going to go compete. You're going to do the best you've got. And at the end of the day, you're going to get what you get. So excited to watch this duel tonight.
Absolutely looking forward to it. It's a great day for high school wrestling, and I think we're going to have 2 of the best teams that we have in the state of Wisconsin going at it head-to-head tonight.
So last week, Bayport Pirates wrestled at Brillion. Actually, we'll just take a break on that because we have the national anthem, and we'll take a break and have the national anthem, and then we'll come back to you. Always great to get the national anthem and get psyched up that way. We're going to get intros coming now. Again, starting at 165 pounds tonight. We'll get you what we think is going to be their lineup. Again, Micah Kuta coming out at 165. It looks like he may be coming in number 2 ranked in the state wrestling tonight. So we'll keep an eye on that. Has not seen competition yet tonight. sorry, this season it has Micah Kuta, and so we'll keep an eye on that for you. Again, Bayport wrestled last week in a double duel against Random Lake and Brillion, and they were at Brillion. Had a really successful night that night on Thursday. They wrestled Random Lake, won 46-24. Random Lake being a perennial power, and then wrestled Brillion after that, won 52-23. And in fact, a couple of Brillion's returning state place finishers wrestled Owenwaki, Aloysius Schlumpf at 120-126. Our returning place finishers, both of those matches for our guys won by technical fall. So our guys came out strong last week. Then they went to the Luxembourg-Haskell duels this weekend and went 5-0, including beating Luxembourg-Haskell perennial power, who's now moved up to Division One, beat Luxembourg-Haskell 51-20. And Bayport also took out the number 1 ranked team in Division III, Wyowega Fremont, in a score of 37-31. So successful weekend last weekend for Bayport at the Luxembourg-Haskell duels. They went 5-0, first place in that tournament, with wins over Oshkosh West, Port Washington, Wyowega Fremont, Sheboygan Falls, and Luxembourg-Haskell. So Bayport early in the season comes into this duel tonight 7-0. And last weekend, Coleman wrestled at the Kimberly Papermaker Invite. They took first as a team there, but that is an individual tournament, so they are 1-0 on the season in non-conference.
So great start for both teams early on in the season, early after football, before the holidays. Again, you have 2 top 5 teams, Division I, Division II. Going to be a great night.
Going to be a great duel tonight. The nice thing about matches like this, first of all, like Brian mentioned earlier, the gym is pretty full. And it's kind of awesome to see a full gym in any kind of wrestling. But at the same time, what's cool about these kind of matches is you almost don't get any match where you're like, man, that wasn't fun to watch. You have really talented kids on both sides, and it's going to be good matches all the way through. So it will be fun to watch, and the coaches are going to be making some shakeups. They're going to make sure that their team can win this duel. So last year, by the way, Bayport wrestled at Bayview Middle School against Coleman. They opened that new gym in a wrestling match there. Final score of that duel was 36-36. Bayport won by criteria. And so Bayport is trying to defend a dual win against Coleman last year. So then one more little piece here is Coleman is the returning state runner-up. Lost very handily to Fenimore in the state finals last year. Fenimore being probably one of the toughest D3 teams that we've seen in the state for many, many years. Fenimore dominated Coleman in the finals last year, but Coleman all the way to the state finals in Division III last year, took second, and come into this duel now as a Division II team. So kind of exciting to get a little early competition where you're wrestling some of the best in the state. You're wrestling Wyowega Fremont, Luxembourg-Haskell, and Coleman all within a week of each other. In fact, a couple of days of each other even. Plus perennial powers from the past, Random Lake and Brillion. And it'd be nice to walk out of here 8-0 tonight.
Absolutely. Great benchmark for the season, right? Had a bunch of great competition. Another great duel heading into Bayport's own Battle on the Bay tournament. 30 Wisconsin teams, 30 maybe Iowa coming to Bayport next Saturday. So, again, good way to kind of build some confidence and momentum as the season. Hey, we're turning the page from football to wrestling to basketball and whatever.
It's time to wrestle.
Really good. It's time to wrestle. It's time to get on the mat and get after it here. So excited for a great night.
Once again, we'll start the night at 165 pounds. So, we'll keep you informed as Bayport's bringing out different wrestlers. Ethan Farley is going to come out here for Bayport High School at 165. And Ethan Farley is a senior for the Bayport Pirates. Started his season last Saturday.
And Ryan, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he wrestled 175 or 190 for a majority of last year wrestling underweight. So great to see him as a senior get a chance to see what he can do.
And Ethan Farley will be wrestling Micah Kuchta, who is the number 2 ranked wrestler in the state of Wisconsin. at 165 pounds. This is his first competition of the year. He has not seen competition yet. He's dealing with a shoulder injury coming out of the back end of football. And so just nice outside single by Kuchta there, and he gets the first takedown. Now, another interesting change to wrestling this year is wrestling is now 3 points for a takedown.
3 points versus 2. That's a big change this year.
And the score that you see on the screen is the team score. Ethan Farley tries to hit a Granby roll and gets caught on his back. So the team score is there, and there's the pin for Kuchta. He'll get the pin in 1 minute and 40 seconds. And Coleman's going to pick up a quick 6 points to start this duel. That's huge when you're wrestling a senior against really the number 2 ranked guy in the state. But you know, Farley tried to hit a nice Granby roll. It wasn't there for him, and he got caught. So that's tough.
That is a tough way to end the match. I'm sure he's going to look back on it and kind of replay things a little differently.
175 pounds will be our next weight class. And out for Bayport comes Tucker Athey.
The freshman.
He'll be wrestling West Beaver tonight.
Senior ranked number 10 in the state of Wisconsin. So the freshman has a chance to really go out here and kind of change that momentum for the Pirates.
Tucker Athey may be one of the hardest working kids I've ever known. I mean, I've known a lot of wrestlers over the years. Tucker came to Swamick Elementary as a kindergartner, shooting takedowns on me in the hallway. So he is not afraid of competition. In fact, he works so hard, and he has had a lot of success over the years. But now as a freshman in a high school lineup, you know, really having to figure this thing out. And in fact, my friends really had a great start to the season at 175 pounds. He went 2-0 at Brilliant last week, and then 4-1 at the LC Duels this weekend to have an overall record coming into today at 6-1 as a freshman. So just having a great start to his season, wrestling really well.
Absolutely.
Nice little spin around here to get. Well, I thought he had control, but no. West Beaver scrambled out of it, and he's going to go for the outside single now. Out of bounds they go. So we'll go back to neutral.
Hey, great aggressiveness there by Tucker, the freshman. He's not afraid of the big moment. He's got to trust his shot and get in deep.
Give West Beaver some love there, you know, fighting off that nice shot by Tucker. He went to that outside single to defend it, basically. And really, a nice outside single, just wasn't able to finish in bounds. So.
Absolutely, and you know, you talk about the storied history of Coleman. You know, Tucker also comes from a powerful wrestling family at Bayport. His uncle, his dad Mike, his uncle Travis, who's coaching, and he's also got two cousins on our team as well.
Yeah, lots of state champions in that family.
Tucker's one of those guys that's been wrestling since he's 3 years old.
You bet. And so we stay neutral here. We're going to keep the score of the match. We'll just keep telling you what the score is, and we'll give you updates
Great
on time.
single.
Nice low single here. He's got to suck that in. Just keep coming, Tucker. And Bieber with a nice body, just getting around that waist, trying to break him down. And we're going to finish here with no score as we finish out that first period. 0-0 is your score. Great action in that first period.
Great action. Love how Tucker is being the aggressor here. The freshman's actually taking it to him, and he's got to keep that aggressiveness up.
Bieber chooses down from Coleman. So second period, again, 0-0. Oh, Tucker's got a nice little tilt here.
He's got a tilt. Just needs to get, there's one. There it is.
And he's got a 2 swipe. He's got a 2 near fall here if he lets it go.
Near fall for
That's
Tucker.
2 near fall for Tucker. Nice way to catch that arm and get a little tip for some cheap near fall points. That's the kind of stuff that wins matches. It's those extra points that you score that no one expected.
And it was really similar to the last match when Ethan Farley tried to do a Granby, right? Ended up getting pinned on it. There you had West Bieber trying to do it, and Tucker caught him right in a perfect tilt, got 2 points out of it. Great job by the freshman.
Yeah, way to catch that arm and realize if I keep a 2-on-1 here, I can score some near fall points. So new rules this year on near fall also. Used to be you can score either a 2 near fall or a 3 near fall. This year you can actually score a 2, a 3, or a 4 near fall. 2 near fall is a 2 swipe. If there's 3 or 4 swipes by the referee, that's a 3 near fall. 5 swipes by the referee is a 4 near fall. And West Beaver come up to his feet to go neutral. So make it 2-1 Tucker Athey. 43 seconds to go in the second period, sorry.
And Tucker, I mean, he's been great on his feet that whole first period. He actually had 2 opportunities to score on his takedowns, didn't finish. Let's see if he can get it here in the last 30 seconds of the period.
Well, much love to Bieber. Really great sprawls here. Now,
there's 2.
There's 3 takedown.
3. I apologize. First time. I'm sure it won't be the last.
Yeah, 3 points for a takedown this year is a very different way to think. That rule has been in place in college for a couple of years. It was put into college college is so competitive. There was a point incentive score, basically. Let's try to score more points, right? And they brought it down now across the nation in high school, and I like it. It's good for wrestling. It keeps people aggressive, and so quickly on a 3-point near fall, it's 5-1 Tucker Athey. So
and Tucker's still trying that tilt. He knew it worked last time. He tried to get a couple more here before the end of the period, but wow, what a great second period for the freshman Tucker Athey.
Well done, Tucker Athey. Got a couple shout-outs. Tyler Bix is listening out there. Tyler, always great to have you listening in. Troy Frisk listening.
Hey, voice of Bayport. I'm sorry, not the voice of Bayport, but the voice of Bayport.
He is the voice, yeah. So great to have Troy out there, too.
Thanks for listening.
And Tucker starts this third period down with a nice little outside ankle pick, or stand-up ankle. And now he's going to sprawl hard on Wes Bieber.
Now just needs to break that wrist and get around.
He's going to go for the crossface. He's going to look
Instead
cradle.
of crossface, he was looking cradle. Tucker is looking to score.
I'll tell you what, the one thing I'm seeing from Bieber tonight is I don't see the conditioning that Tucker's got. Referee's going to stalemate that.
And if it is still Wes Bieber, I mean, this is his first match of the year, ranked number 10 in the state of Wisconsin. So great first match for Tucker. He's got, like you said, he's 6-1 on the year. He's got a few matches under his belt, which is advantageous for sure.
Wes Bieber trying to get a cradle as Tucker comes up. Tucker came up a little slow, and that gives a nice crossface spin. Spin around, let's get those points. He gets the one escape. He'll come back to neutral. It is 6-1. 6-1 for the freshman. Bieber's going to get called for stalling. Great call. He's been backing up the whole match.
Great call. Tucker's been the aggressor since the start of the first period. He's got to continue that here in the next minute and 15 seconds. The senior's got a few things up his sleeve here yet. I hear Coach Hansen saying, don't let him rest. Don't let him rest. Keep the pressure on.
Love that. That's a great way to coach. Taking a nice shot here. And he's in on the double.
Right at the edge of the mat. That's going to be another
He's going to get 3 takedowns. Nope, that's 3, baby.
3 again.
Brian keeps forgetting it's a 3 takedown. That makes it 9-1, by the way, which gets you to a major decision. Major decision if you're up by 8 points to 14 points at the end of the match. 8 to 14 points, you get 14 points.
And Tucker feeling so confident on his feet now, chooses just to cut him loose here and try for another takedown.
Well, he's seeing the conditioning, too, and that's making a difference. 45 seconds to go in the third period.
And, Ryan, I mean, as you're starting, and I'm starting to learn this 3 points, I mean, you let somebody up, you get 3. That's +2 every time. In the last year, it was only a +1. So it's more advantageous to cut that guy if you can take him down.
Absolutely.
He's got to do it now in the next 27 seconds.
Nice shot here on the double, and he's going to finish that double.
Finish it for
That's a 3-point takedown,
12-2.
We're at short time, 19 seconds to go. He has secured the major decision. Now, we'll see Wes Bieber as the season goes on. He's going to do some big stuff. You can tell his conditioning's not there yet. But look at this freshman from Bayport.
What a match by the freshman.
Tucker Athey.
His parents are proud. His uncle's proud. It's great to see a freshman come out here on the big stage and wrestle like he just did. The confidence level is going to be sky high for the rest of the year. Great match by Tucker.
Well done. We'll head to 190 pounds next, and we'll get you the lineup and who's coming out for that. My cousin Britt Belos listening in from Catania, Pennsylvania. My brother Jeff and his wife Heather listening in from Kiel. Great to have you all out there with us. My parents, Frank and Harriet Wellnuts, listening in from Bentonville, Arkansas. My sister-in-law Gina listening in from Missouri. And so we go to 190 pounds. Devlin Villet from Bayport is, and we've got Isaiah Nowak, wrestling here for Denmark at 190 pounds. Isaiah, returning state qualifier. Last year, 39-18. He is currently 4-2. He took second at Kimberly, and he's ranked 14th in the state. Devlin is a junior for the Bayport Pirates. He's 6-1 on the season. He went 1-1 at Brilliant and then won all of his matches at Luxembourg Casco. Sorry, no, he went 4-1 at Luxembourg Casco. That makes him 6-2, or 5-2, I should say. 5-2 on the season. This is his first year on varsity, and so he's been wrestling really tough. He likes to work in the upper body. You'll see him get some underhooks and kind of work in. As he can find those positions, he'll try to work out of it and get a little advantage position through a lock.
Had a great JV season last year, too. Competed at the highest levels in all the tournaments.
Nice takedown there by Nowak to start the first period here. He's up 3-0. We got 55 seconds to go in the first period. A couple more shout-outs. My wife Allie and my son Miles listening in from home. And Chris Lefebvre, my mother-in-law, listening in from Fond du Lac. Great to have you all out there with us tonight.
Eiley LeClaire watching at home, listening to her dad and her old principal saying hello.
Great to have Eiley. Eiley, so glad you're listening in tonight. Thanks for the cookies, by the way.
She does a great job on those.
I've never turned down an Eiley cookie in my life.
Me either.
So Nowak does let Valet up here, and we're at 3-1 with 12 seconds to go in the first period. Nowak likes to be on his feet, and that's where he's going to wrestle. You can see neither of these guys are actually naturally 190 pounds. Both wrestling up a little bit.
This early in the season, people coming off of football, people got nursing injuries, and also before the break, now with the pinch tests, it's not like it used to be 20 years ago. You can't lose a ton of weight within a certain amount of time, so it takes time for people to get down to their desired weight and their most healthy weight.
Well, you know, doing the scouting for this too, they looked at Nowak as a state qualifier, and as a state qualifier said, hey, we're going to bump up against a first-year varsity guy from Bayport. He had to weigh more than 165 tonight in order to go to 190, and so he's normally a 165-pounder. Again, at 165, he's ranked number 14 in the state, so they had him weigh in a little heavy tonight so they could bump him up, and that's exactly what they ended up doing. So when they had Kuchta coming into the lineup, they knew that they would be able to do some bumping, and that's what they're doing here. So Valet normally a 175-pounder for the Bayport Pirates, up at 190 to start the season as things are kind of shaking themselves out. So, and that might be his spot. I remember Ethan Farley last year wrestling up several weight classes. He had to put on a lot of weight to be at the weight class that he was wrestling at. So a lot of fun to see all that.
Absolutely.
So much work. So
how is that going to shake out? And what is Tucker Athey, the freshman, doing now? And we have Braden Athey also in the mix there. So a lot of shaking out yet to be had. Here we are, though, 4-1, second period.
And you saw Valet get called for a stalling. If you're up on your feet, there's a takedown. Oh, no, a nice little scramble. If you're up on your feet and you're not bringing them back to the mat, they're going to call you for stalling, and that's what happened there. So out of bounds they go. We'll stay neutral. 52 seconds to go in the second period. It's 4-1 Nowak from Coleman.
It's just great scrambling by Devin there, not giving up. He was in a bad spot, but he still had the wherewithal to get his hips up, not give up that 3 points instead of 2.
Nice to see Valet's getting a nice little inside tie there with his left arm, trying to inside tie, which is trying to be an advantage position for a shot like an outside single or a high crotch or a fireman's. Just not there yet. So now we're getting a call stalling on
a little surprised
Bayport
by that
again,
one.
and that's a point for Coleman. So
makes it 6-4.
No, 5-1.
5-1. My apologies.
Couple shout-outs here. Kurt Barnes is out there watching. Good to have you in. Mitch Gothier, Aaron Jameer, Bob Scott, Dave Finger. Great to have you all out there.
Big Mitch Goth here. Thanks for checking in tonight.
My sister Lisa Gale listening from Mississippi.
Mitch's son playing at Wisconsin football. His other son, Brock, a junior, big part of that state championship team.
Yeah, so fun to watch that. I know we're here for wrestling, but so fun to watch that football team this year. Really, you could just see them growing every single week, getting better. And then you get Brady Moon, by the way,
Brady Moon.
wrestler,
Wrestlers,
who will be
yeah.
back in our lineup at some point. Brady Moon, first play of the state championship game, goes 80 yards for a touchdown, and that set the tone for the game. So
Absolutely.
so great to have wrestlers that are contributing to big state championships in other sports. Congratulations.
Absolutely. And two of the guys that sprung them, Lucas Weinberg and Alex Warden, big part of that reason on the line.
And we'll see them coming next.
285.
You
Cole
bet.
Bartline played a great role on that defense this year.
So Valet starts third period down and gets the escape. So it's 5-2.
Takedown here, he could tie it.
3
points isn't
to
the
go.
same as it was when you're both on your feet.
Correct. You think about, look at his double overhooks. He likes to be here. And so what you got to do is jack that up, though, and then sweep those legs. And nice high crotch shot by Nowak, but out of bounds they go. Referee's not going to let too much backing up happen here by Valet. He's already hit him for stalling twice.
It's costing him 1 point, so instead of tying the match with a takedown, could have taken the lead. Still a lot of time in the match, though. It only takes one shot.
We've got 1 minute to go in the third period. Again, 5-2. And remember, takedowns now are 3 points, so very quickly Valet gets in on a good shot here. He could tie this up 5-5 against the number 14 ranked guy in the state.
And
nice shot outside. There he is. Oh, out of bounds they
might be
go.
a stalling. I was going to say, yep. That is the way he's been officiating tonight, which has been great. If you're backing out towards the end on the mat, you're going to get called for stalling.
Yeah, I'll give love to the ref for calling stalling on that. Valet gets in on a nice shot, and he heads to out of bounds.
He tried it again, went back to the well, wasn't quite there, but now he's looking at about 30 seconds left.
The first stalling call is a caution, and so if I'm the Coleman wrestler Nowak, I would have gone out of bounds too. Like, don't get taken down and give up the tie. For a tie, just get yourself out of bounds. Let them call you.
Absolutely. Dev really needs to set something up because that's what we're going to see is this kind of backing up. So if he's going to try to get this, he's got to go quick.
10 seconds to go in the final period. It's 5-2 Coleman, and Nowak in on a high crotch shot.
On the shot, only
really
5
hard
seconds
crossface
left.
here. We got 3 seconds, and he's not going to score it.
Hey, great match by Devlin.
Devlin goes down 5-2. That will give 3 team points to Coleman to make it 9-4 Coleman. Great match. I'll give much love there to Valet. Really nice job. Devlin wrestled a nice match. Goes down 5-2, but against a ranked wrestler like that, I'll give him much love on a really well-wrestled match.
Yeah, great match by Dev. He's put in the work. You can tell he is wrestling up a little bit, but he looked good out there. And again, it's that confidence level to keep going this early in the season against great competition.
And so we go to 215 pounds. Lucas Weinberg's your Bayport wrestler, junior. He's the... And Lucas Weinberg is your returning 215-pounder. Took fourth at sectionals last year, I think. Fourth? Took fourth at sectionals last year. He finished the season at 26-14 as a sophomore. He wrestled just last weekend at Luxembourg Casco. Did not wrestle at Brilliant, so he's 4-1 on the season. Bryce Seefeld went 5-1 this last weekend at Kimberly, and he's took fifth at the Kimberly Invite. He's 5-1 on the season.
Yeah, and Luke, big part of that. Bayport played right guard this year. He's only started wrestling in 8th grade. Just loves the sport. My next door neighbor. One of the hardest, smartest working kids that I've ever had the pleasure of meeting.
It is hard to find a harder working kid than Lucas Weinberg.
Yeah.
And he will literally put himself into a state of just exhaustion because he'll work so hard. And it's really neat to see. What a great kid. By the way, would have been a Swamico kid if they would have moved here.
It would have been a Swamico kid.
They would have moved here when he was in elementary school. But I always love to give shout-outs to my Swamico kids. So.
And I know his grandparents, Mike and Nancy, are watching. They were traveling around for the football team as well. Shout out to them.
Yeah, great to have all you out here with us tonight. It is so much fun to be back into wrestling and watching wrestling again. I love talking wrestling, so I could talk all day. and it's just a lot of fun to see these guys competing again. Nice outside single here by Weinberg. What a whizzer.
Great whizzer by
Seafeld. Seafeld tries going over the
Luke
top.
on a bad spot.
And as Weinberg comes up, Seafeld catches him, brings him to his back. So he's going to get the 3 takedown. This is going to end up being a 4 near fall if he can stay off the pin. We've got 15 seconds to go in the first period. Again, just a really nice catch there by Seafeld. Weinberg didn't do anything wrong. He just got caught,
really
and that happens.
Tough wizard. Luke's usually
2 seconds to go.
He's going to be the hardest man in the world to pin.
So now think about this, my friends. New rules mean that was a 3 takedown and a 4 near fall. That puts Coleman up 7-0 on that one move. So that's a tough thing to come back from. However, don't forget, we can also score 3 takedowns. We can score 4 near falls. So Weinberg's going to take down, and he is down 7-0 as we head into the second period.
Absolutely tough break for Luke, but he's going to keep going. This match is probably going to end up getting tighter and tighter here towards the third period.
Nice escape. He hits the switch. It wasn't there. He came up to his feet and hit the stand-up, and so he gets the escape, make it 7-1.
Boy, it really brings Tech Falls into play. All of a sudden, a takedown, and you go to your back. You're instead of being down 5-0, it's 7-0, which makes it. Hey, when I'm on my feet, I gotta start shooting and making up some of those points. So I'd like to see Luke get a little bit more offense going.
Yeah, Tech Falls. Remember, is anytime that you are over, that you have 15 more points than your opponent, they end the match, and you get 5 team points for that. Pins are 6. Tech Falls are 5. If you win a major decision, which means your difference in score is 8 to 14 points, that's 4 team points. And if it's 7 points or less than your difference, then you get 3 team points. Again, nice outside single, but look at Seafeld here with a massive. Oh, and
he's got a hip up.
Seafeld with a massive whizzer, and then he tries stepping over. I don't know why Seafeld's stepping over that whizzer. All Lucas has to do is pop his hips, and Seafeld's on his back.
Absolutely. Luke knows he missed one there. He's, being down 7-1 sometimes and not being on the mat a ton either, right?
Right. Still coming out of that state championship football team. And,
still getting down.
He's only a couple weeks into the season. So, his teammates have almost 2 weeks more wrestling than him. So Lucas, just trying to get his wrestling legs back. Obviously, wrestling and football, very different conditioning sports.
You need that mat time.
So Lucas had a couple of nice outside singles, and he's been whizzered hard. He needs to prepare for that. So what happens is if you take that outside single and you get whizzered, come back out and shoot the other side. And that's what I would hope we would see Lucas switch it up a little bit.
If he's got it there, work that inside. Go for a fireman's carry. Try to work on the inside a little bit more because Seafeld is definitely going to be throwing in that whizzer, and we've seen how that's worked out so far for him twice.
Again, if you're listening out there tonight, you can tweet Voice of BP. And Chris Learman's not here with us tonight. He's having some family time, but he's watching and he's checking in, and he's sending us some shout outs. So shout outs to Joe Malchow, Shannon McFarland's out there watching, Alfonso Guyan. Great to have all of you with us tonight. Thanks for joining us. So we're now third period. Seafeld chooses down. He's up 7-1. You can see him grabbing the leg as Lucas is trying to work a cradle.
Luke trying to work a cradle, but he needs to get those hips back up. And nope, got to get his hips up.
And Seafeld will get the reversal to pick up 2 more points. It's 9-1, so that's going to make it a major decision if it holds at 9-1. I'd like to see Lucas pop up here and let's wrestle. 1:30 to go. And he does pop up.
Feet, and you got to go get that 3. Got to go get that 3.
You know what I'm seeing from Lucas is struggling with the stance tonight. He's standing straight up. And that's just, again, that's a conditioning thing.
Absolutely. It's just mat time, He's got to get a little bit lower. He's got to be a little bit better with his hips, but you can only work on those when you're on the wrestling mat.
Lucas trying to get in that outside single again. There he goes.
This time he went with an inside trip, but still.
Seafeld's still working that whizzer.
With a whizzer and hard.
And all Lucas has to do is pop
his
hips
that
up
1
here.
point. He's really hitting on that
ankle. Don't go that
ankle.
way, Lucas. Go to the ankles. Go to the ankles. There you go. Keep coming. 40 seconds. Referee's going to call it out of bounds. So 39 seconds to go. It's 9-2. Seafeld from Coleman is up. Again, on that catch that he had in the first period, he scored 7 points on that one move.
Since the last 30 seconds we've wrestled to a 2-2 match, giving up 7 early hurt.
And look at Lucas
Get around
just
him for
working,
3.
working.
Just get around him for 3.
Yeah, Seefeld going to hang on a leg here and not let the cradle get locked up by Lucas Weinberg. And he's not going to do much. He's going to hang. But he is trying to come around now. Lucas going to give up that takedown. And
try to keep this without.
That's a problem because that's going to make it a
10
major
seconds
decision.
left.
It's 12-2. And that's how we're going to end this match with Seefeld from Coleman wins 12-2 in a major decision over Lucas Weinberg. And that picks up 4 more points for Coleman.
Hey, that was just a great match by Bryce, right? Battled in that first period, got those 7 points. That whizzer was deadly for him. Lots to learn from for Luke on that match. It's early in the season. And, got to get better as the season goes on. But puts Coleman up 13-4 going into our heavyweight match.
So, yeah, Coleman with a big advantage here as we head into the 285-pound match. I realize I didn't change the weight in the last match, but that was a 215-pound match. The other thing we should note is that Lucas did have to lose some weight from football to get down to 215, and that also takes a toll on you.
He was over last weekend like he usually does on Sundays to watch football with my son Drew, and there's not a lot of snacking out of him. Drew, meanwhile, was eating good.
Drew's like, what's the deal here, man? I'm doing fine. And so we go to heavyweight. This is Alex Warden from the Bayport Pirates. He's a senior. Football recruit to North Dakota State next year. He's wrestling Devin Otto, junior. And Alex Warden ranked in the state this year. He's ranked number 9 in Division I. Devin Otto ranked number 10 in Division II. This should be a great match, my friends. So, again, Warden, the senior, Otto, the junior. And again, like Warden hasn't had a whole lot of wrestling time yet because coming out of that state football championship team, he's just been on the mat a few weeks. And he wrestled last weekend and also wrestled at Brillion. You could see him kind of getting his sea legs back almost, trying to figure out, wrestling's just a whole different story. Been working an offensive line, some defensive line all season, and all of a sudden you got to come out and wrestle 6 minutes. A different story.
Absolutely, and just a big part of that Bayport football team this year, Alex. Man, like you said, the offensive line on the right side, but he was also a big part of that defensive line towards the end of the year. And what a great accomplishment for his family. His brother also won a football state title for Notre Dame as a junior. So great. The Warden family had a great football season and hopefully a better wrestling season.
So super cool to have a situation like that where you have brothers who are winning state titles for 2 different programs. How cool is that? Otto takes this little swipe by and takes a shot, and he gets the takedown. He'll go up 3-0 with 17 seconds to go in the first period. I'll give him love. You could see him kind of swipe the arms to the side, take that shot, and Alex wasn't ready for it.
Wrestling towards the edge of the mat here. 4 seconds left in the period.
3-0 Coleman. Bayport's choice. Bayport, Alex Warden will defer. Coleman, Otto will go neutral. Interesting choice. He's up 3-0. Takes a quick shot. Warden's going to sprawl that shot, get the takedown.
And there's 3 for
and
Alex.
tie it up 3-3 very quickly.
Again, very interesting decision there.
I think so. Look at Otto doing a little heavyweight arm swipe here, trying to, we call it the fat man roll, but, trying to get a roll off of that arm. Alex needs to be aware of that, picking ankles if that's coming. Chef Check's watching from the gym tonight, listening to our play-by-play. Great to have Ryan and Jamie Chefcheck out there. Ryan Chefcheck is a middle school coach, has worked with all of these kids for the most part as they work through their middle school years and had a ton of success with the Bayport Middle School wrestling program. Lots of state championships and runner-ups, third place finishes in the middle school division. So very cool stuff.
Excited to watch the freshman Oliver Chefcheck tonight. Has a great start to the year. Love to see the success out of the freshman. Seeing him grow up. He's been on multiple broadcasts at our Battle on the Bay tournament. So finally gets his chance to show what he can do on the mat.
Got a little blood time here for Alex Warden. So 1:14 to go as we continue on in the second period here. It's 4-3 Coleman. And so Otto from Coleman up 4-3. 107. Nice underhook here by Alex Warden. So again, Alex got that takedown when Otto chose neutral in the second period. Alex got the takedown. Now Otto with the escape. So it's 4-3. Coleman in this case. And so I'd like to see Alex get aggressive on those legs again. Let's get after that outside single.
Takedown here in the next 40 seconds would be huge for either wrestler.
Shout out to my sister-in-law, Karen Wren, listening in from Fond du Lac. Great to have you with us tonight as well as we continue to watch the number 4 ranked Division I team in Bayport and the number 5 ranked Division II team in Coleman from Coleman High School tonight. So look at Alex Warden in on a body lock. Devin Otto's going to turn the hips. Out of bounds, they'll go. 15 seconds, short time in the second period. Like to get a takedown here if we can get one. And they'll tie up here with 10 seconds to go. And we'll finish the second period at 4-3 Coleman. It's Alex Warden's choice. He's going to choose down.
He's going to choose down. It's going to come down to that takedown again, right?
It's going to have to be a takedown.
That wants to go after it and get that first takedown.
If I'm Coleman here, I'm going to ankle pick. He does not ankle pick. He's going to do a spiral ride. Alex is going to bump up. And an arm chop brings him back down.
Let's see if he tries to work something here. Or Alex, a lot of time to work up to his base and try to get one.
Oh, nice little reload on a half Nelson.
Reload.
All he did was try to run the half Nelson, and then he reloaded it. He's going to get the pin. Devin Otto is going to get the pin. We'll make it 4 minutes and 24 seconds. That's a surprise. But give him some love. He ran a half, wasn't there. He pulled it back in, reloaded it, and to the back, Alex Warden goes and gets pinned. That's going to pick up 6 more points for Coleman, and they go up 19-4. And a little bit of a surprise there.
In a 4-3 match, again, not much at mat time for Alex. His head was kind of down, not really expecting the offense out of Devin Otto, right? He's down by 1, figured he's got some little time to work out. Instead, Devin, kudos to him, went for a pinning combination, and it worked. Alex's head was on the mat, and that'll happen.
Interesting. I did not expect that, and really thought that was going to be a close match all the way through. One team was going to pick up 3 points for that. So Coleman will pick up another 6 in that with that pin at heavyweight, and they go up 19-4 as we head into the 106-pound match. So at 106 pounds, we'll see Oliver Shevchuk for Bayport. He's the freshman. Ryan Shevchuk's son, our middle school coach's son. And we'll see Parker Owens for Coleman, junior. He's ranked number 5 in the state. Last year, 46 and 13. He took 5th in the state of Wisconsin. So Parker comes in his junior year, staying at 106 pounds for Coleman. And he's going to be a tough act. He's going to be quick and fast, and he's in on a shot right away. He comes around, scores that, and he'll pick up a 3 takedown against Oliver Shevchuk.
Yeah, Parker, one of the best wrestlers in the state of Wisconsin, regardless of division. Junior being able to wrestle in at 106 pounds.
Yeah, you can see Oliver trying to do a stand-up there, and Parker catches him in a cradle, and he's going to pick up some quick swipes here on a near fall. Referee looking to see if there's a pin here. Already has the 5 swipes, so that's going to be a 4 near fall. But pin for Coleman, and that pin's going to come at 36 seconds.
All of a sudden, you're looking at a 25-4 margin. The Cougars in front of the Pirates.
Yeah, and you know how you come out of a 25-4 deficit is you start getting pins. And that's what's going to have to happen as we continue on into this duel with with the Bayport's Riley Holowinski, another freshman at 113 pounds. He'll come out wrestling for the Bayport Pirates. And I think we're going to get Bentley Nowak, a freshman for Coleman. And that's exactly who it'll be. And so Riley Holowinski is 6-1 on the season. He was 2-0 at Brilliant with 2 forfeits, and then he went 4-1 at Luxembourg Casco. Riley's been wrestling a long time. Another Swamico kid that I love to give shout-outs to. Riley's got a lot of experience. And again, Bentley Nowak, freshman, actually ranked number 6 in the state of Wisconsin at 113 pounds in Division II. So nice little kind of duck under high crotch for Nowak there. He'll pick up the takedown, go up 3-0.
Riley needs to start working up to his base here. You can see Bentley just, if you're going to lay still with your belly flat against a wrestler of Bentley Nowak's character, it's going to be a long night. It's going to be a real tough match.
Nowak has already picked up a 5 swipe on this, so that means he's going to get a 4 near fall if this gets released at any point. We have 1:09 to go. Riley fighting hard from the bottom, but it's going to be a tough haul for another minute here. And again, like, this is where we can't give up another pin. Like, we just
can't
can't.
give up another pin. You got to fight here. You got 56 seconds. Tough thing for a freshman to do.
Riley, just an awesome kid, just an awesome person, great worker. Referee's going to call that pin at 1 minute and 15 seconds for Coleman. They will pick up another 6 points. And very quickly, my friends, 31-4. And I forgot to change the weight class. I'll do that for the next one. So we go to 120 pounds, and again, Coleman up 31-4. You know, listen, like, they're getting the wins, but more importantly, Coleman's getting the pins, and that's a problem. So giving up those pins is going to hurt when you're wrestling against a tough team like Coleman is. So Coleman Cougars coming in tough here tonight. So we go to 120 pounds. We'll have Owen Waukee, the senior Bayport Pirate, returning 3rd place finisher for the Bayport Pirates at state. He'll wrestle Pearson Owens, sophomore. State qualifier last year for Coleman. Took 1st at the Kimberly Invite last weekend. He's 6-0 on the season. Owen Waukee is 7-0 on the season with a number 3 rank in the state. They've got him ranked number 3 in the Wisconsin Grappler at 126 pounds, but he's started the season at 120, and that's where he's going to be.
Yeah, as a senior, returning place winner, he's, you know, the captain, right? He needs to get out here and get after it and kind of lead the way for the Pirates.
Again, no easy go here. He's wrestling a state qualifier. At the same time, Owen is a class act in this weight class, one of the best in the state, clearly, and will continue to be as he runs a hard half Nelson here. He is just running the heck out of this half Nelson.
Great job with his feet.
And you can see Owens just break. I mean, Waukee is just bringing it on this half.
There we start to get some swipes, just 2, and start it over.
Give a shout out to Owens' Oma, who I know is listening out there. She loves to listen to the wrestling broadcast. Oma, great to have you with us tonight, too. Waukee will pick up a 4 near fall on that half Nelson that he ran. And he's up a quick 7-0 as we have 50 seconds to go in the first period.
Great tempo.
Out of bounds they go.
Wrestling his match. You can tell Owen, I mean, not a football player, right?
No,
I mean, this guy is
prepping for
on
wrestling.
The mat 24/7, loves the sport.
Give a shout out to my friend Randy Farrell. He's a head coach at Arrowhead. He's listening tonight, watching this duel with Bayport and Coleman. Running another hard half
there
here.
It is again, same move. This time we should be getting a lot quicker swipes. And this
he's got the leg locked on this too.
He's got the leg locked.
And
There's the fall. Just what Bayport needed. The senior comes out and gets the 6 points back.
1:30 is your pin time for Owen Waukee. And he'll pick up 6 more points for the Bayport Pirates. We needed that pin badly. And so nice job there by Owen Waukee to get that pin for Bayport. Up 31-10 is Coleman as we go to 126 pounds. And your wrestler for Bayport is the returning 4th place finisher at state, Aloysius Schlumpf.
Again, another kid who does nothing but wrestle during the off season.
And so we've got Aloysius Schlumpf out here. Aloyas had another great season last year. He's took 4th in the state as a freshman, took 4th in the state as a sophomore. Out of bounds, they'll go on, had the double overhook on that. He's currently ranked number 6 in the state at 132, although he's going to be wrestling at 26 all season. Nice double leg shot. His opponent's Alex Meyer, he's a sophomore, 2-2 on the season. Took 7th at Kimberly last weekend. Aloyas just gonna be dominating as we work through this match. He's already up on that takedown 3-0 with 1:25 to go in the first period. He's getting swipes now. Referee calling that near fall.
And this is really tough for Bayport, right? I mean, for any opponent wrestling against us, having Owen and Aloyas, right, back to back.
And that's the hammer part of the lineup, and that's what you need. You gotta have guys who are gonna hammer, and that's exactly what you're gonna get out of Owen and Aloyas. So Aloyas picks up a 4 near fall on that first near fall. He's now running that hard bar arm, and he gets the pin. That pin comes in 102, and so 6 more points for the Bayport Pirates, and your 2 returning state place finishers coming up with pins to get this to 31-16. Again, when you're getting those pins, that happens in a hurry where you're picking up points, and so 31-16 is the current score, and we'll head to 132 pounds. At 132 pounds, Bayport will bring out Braden Hamill. He'll be wrestling Connor Markowitz as senior. Braden Hamill last year wrestled 106. He's up to 132 this year. He's wrestled some real studs to start the season. He's 3-3. Has had a tough go getting going at 132, and he's going to find his way. Braden is honestly like one of the best wrestlers in the nation when his weight was down. But you grow, and then you pick up against some of these tougher, bigger guys, and you got to figure that out. And so Braden's still working through, and he's wrestling Connor Markowitz, who comes out he's the senior from Coleman. He's ranked number 9 in the state, 6-0 on the season. Kimberly Invite champion last weekend. Markowitz starts the match with a nice high crotch shot. He's up 3-0 as he's trying to work a Turk here for some near fall points.
Absolutely, Braden. I mean, going up from 106 to 132 is tough, right? But when you got guys like Raleigh Holowinski, Owen Waukee, and Aloyas Schlump, it's also tough to find your weight class, right? So, tough, but go out there, give it your all.
Hamill's been a world champion in Greco-Roman in the past, has had some really great success in the sport of wrestling. Again, just trying to find his way as a sophomore as he moves up several weight classes and he's getting bigger, and so he's got to figure all that out. And again, he's wrestled some just unbelievable studs to start this season, and so out here against Markowitz, number 9 ranked from Coleman at 132 pounds. So you can see Markowitz with a nice cradle there. He'll pick up a 4 near fall, and 30 seconds to go in the first period. Markowitz has a leg in. He's got it locked tight. It's just impossible to get out of that. Very comfortable with his hips. You can see Markowitz just really, really comfortable on top. He doesn't mind being a little bit of off balance. Hamill's going to grab the leg and try to work out of it, and Markowitz just keeps locking that leg and keeping it tight. 3 seconds. And we'll end that first period. No near fall on that tilt there. It's 7-0 Markowitz from Coleman. It's Coleman's choice. He'll defer. And Hamill's going to go neutral. Good choice.
Absolutely down 7-0, right? I mean, you got turned once. Might as well start on your feet, try to get that 3 points. I mean, you can almost cut it in half. Down 7-0 now. Takedowns are so much more important in today's wrestling.
Hamill, a very talented wrestler. Gets snapped down here. Markowitz with a nice spin. Hamill smartly trying to get out of bounds, and Markowitz is going to break him down, get 3 points for the 3 points for the takedown. 10-0 Markowitz. Boy, he looks good. Markowitz looks good.
Markowitz does. He's been in control. Just going to cut him here.
Markowitz will let him go. It's 10-1. 132 is just one of the toughest weights always. You got your guys who this is just one of those hammer weight classes. And so Hamill trying to work through that, trying to figure that out. Nice outside shot by Markowitz. He's going to finish that for a 3 takedown, 13-1. He's going to try to beta cradles. He comes up and it's not there. So 13-2 is going to get another takedown to make it 16-2.
Just a takedown clinic here. Connor Markowitz, very, very impressive. I think we may have.
So the referee thought it was a tech fall, but it's not. It's 16-2, my friends. You have to be up by 15 points in order to get a tech fall. It's 49 seconds to go in the second period. Markowitz is fine. It says fine. I'll let him go neutral.
He says there's 49 seconds left. I'm going to go get another takedown here in the next 10 or 15.
So 16-3 is Markowitz's lead. He's going to get on a nice high crotch shot, duck under. Now Hamill working the whizzer. It's not there. Markowitz is able to get the takedown. He will get the tech fall 19-3 in the second period with 36 seconds left in the second period. Coleman picks up another 5 points.
Connor Markowitz was unbelievable tonight. He had so much confidence on his feet. His shot was working. He had a little flair. He's going to be a tough out this year in state and Division II.
Yeah, he was fun to watch tonight. And we'll head to 138 pounds with Coleman up 36-16.
I got to say I'm a little shocked right now. Again, it is early in the season. I saw the Bayport football team lose to Kimberly early. I saw them lose to West Pier, right? You're not peaking right now. You're trying to find out who you are as a team, where you're going to fit weight-wise, and start getting in shape towards the end of the year.
And so we go to 138. Coleman sends out Michael Ciancio. He's a sophomore. 2-1 on the season. Last year, 12-5. And Bayport sends out senior Carson Storter. Carson having a tough start to the year. He's 1-6 to start the year. And you can see the takedown quickly there by Ciancio to go up 3-0 as Carson trying to find his way out to get that escape. Ciancio still in control. 3-0. Green's on top still. And he's going to try to work a cradle. It's not there. Nice job by Carson to belly out on that. And so Ciancio in control. It's 3-0 with 1:15 to go in the first period. Again, like the difference maker tonight, we talk about this all the time in the sport of wrestling, is it's the bonus points that your team can pick up. Well, guess what? Coleman's picking up all kinds of bonus points tonight with tech falls and pins and domination. So much love to a really strong Coleman team tonight as they're working through, what I would consider probably maybe their toughest duel this year. They're up 36-16.
Yeah, really, really impressive.
And only 3 weights to go.
Only 3 weights to go. I mean, it's dire right now for Bayport, but at the same time, you had a match in the third period with Alex Warden down by 1, has an opportunity to choose bottom. That's a big swing. Instead of maybe getting 3 points, you lose 6. Big switch at 9, which right now anything could happen. So it's one match here or there early in the season. You got to learn from it if you're Bayport, and hopefully get better as the season goes along.
Those of you watching tonight that aren't local to the Green Bay area, Coleman's a small town about 30 miles north of the Green Bay, and they are a wrestling town. These kids are born to wrestle in this town.
They are born to wrestle. There's another fall. Again, the bonus points are there for Coleman. They are a powerhouse. Tonight was their alumni night. They have state champions. They have the tradition of, if you're a football player, you wrestle as well. Doesn't matter what weight, and you can tell.
Yeah, so another pin for Ciancio for Coleman. They go up 42-16 against the number 4 ranked Division I team in the state. So good for Coleman on just really very, very impressive duel tonight. And we head to 144 pounds. Bayport will bring out sophomore Jade McCormick. And Coleman bringing out Brady Herzog. He's a freshman, ranked number 9 in the state. Nice job by McCormick. Get an outside single here. It's not there, though. And you can see Herzog catches him.
Herzog just flattened out.
Nice job by Brady. Nice job by McCormick. Sorry, nice job to come through by Jaden. And you can see on that scramble, which surprises me a little bit, referee gives 3 points.
Didn't look like 3
to Herzog from Coleman. I don't know. Jaden's still on the leg, so it surprises me. But I mean, he did hook the leg in the back, which is kind of your indicator for a takedown. But I don't see it. 1:15 to go in the first period. Referee will call a stalemate. Again, Herzog up 3-0. Herzog has not wrestled this season for Coleman yet. So he starts tonight at 144 pounds. He's ranked number 9 in the state. All of the rankings that I'm using tonight, my friends, are from Wisconsin Grappler. There's rankings that also come through WI Wrestle if you're interested in learning more about that. But we use Wisconsin Grappler for our rankings, and that's where anything I'm talking about tonight is about that. So just wanted you to all be aware. Those of you that follow WI Wrestle and pay for that subscription from them, it's an awesome thing to have. They'll be broadcasting with us live. They're broadcasting with us live tonight as well. In fact, those of you that have that subscription, you're listening in tonight and watching this duel with us because we are dual broadcasting out to the Bayport Radio and to WI Wrestle. So looking forward this weekend. We're going to broadcast with WI Wrestle at the Battle on the Bay. I'll be working with Steve Lurkwin in the semifinals and finals from WI Wrestle. He's going to broadcast with me, and Steve and I are former college teammates at Whitewater. It's always fun to see Steve. Looking forward to getting him back with us this weekend. Again, Herzog in control on top. About 25 seconds to go here in the first period. You can see Jaden doing a nice job of just trying to stay locked in and not give up those back points. Herzog's going to try to run a half here with 15 seconds.
And again, not giving up bonus points is huge, right? So, I mean, hey, kudos to Coleman, by the way, because if Brady Herzog, Micah Kuchta, and Wes Bieber, all their first match tonight. So not only is Bayport trying to figure things out early in the season, Coleman just came together tonight. First time they wrestled with a full team, and they showed why they're a state powerhouse and have the history that they do. So
I would like to believe that number 5 ranking is headed up for them. So,
yeah.
I think the hardest thing for Coleman is that they got moved up from Division III to Division II, along with their nemesis Fenimore.
Absolutely.
Who they've had a hard time beating over the last several years. Fenimore also moved up to Division II. So, I like to believe that Coleman and Fenimore are going to be your, end of the season grind is going to come with those two once again. So great teams, great wrestlers. 42-16 is your match score tonight, and you've got a 3-0 lead by Herzog in the second period, 1:40 to go.
Still a lot of time in this match here. Jaden just needs to try to keep being aggressive.
Nice fireman's carry there by Herzog. He kept the arm all the way through that shot, and he's able to bring McCormick to his back on it. He's going to pick up the takedown, and he's going to get the 5 swipes for a 4 near fall, if not the pin. So 1:20 to go in the second period. Again, long fight on the back for the Bayport Pirates here. And Herzog trying to lock up now. He's got the near fall, so he doesn't need to work that. He just needs to find a way to get McCormick's head up and off the mat. And now you can see as McCormick tries to sprawl the other way.
It's tough.
Ooh, that's an illegal headlock. That is actually illegal. He does not have the arm across the body, and his hands are locked. That is an illegal headlock, my friends. I can't believe the referee's not seeing that. That is not a legal lock. If you trap the elbow, that's not enough. You have to bring the arm across. Referee is not looking. He's only looking at the back. And our associate ref is not calling. That, look at right there, that's gone to illegal.
Now it was
even
legal.
More. And nice job by Jaden McCormick. Big sprawl to come off his back. Coleman will pick up the 4 near fall on that. McCormick will get the 2 reversal. With 12 seconds to go, it's 10-2. This is second period. McCormick's still in control.
Jaden's got to get his head up.
2 seconds to go. You can see that Herzog got the reversal. And did he pick up near fall?
3.
Referee counted a 3 near fall on that. So, goodness.
5 points there late in short time.
Jaden can't give up cheap points like that in short time. He gave up 5 points in short time. We go to the third period. It is Coleman's choice. He's going to go neutral because with a takedown here, Herzog will get a tech fall.
Jaden again with the shot, but head down.
15-2 is the score. Again, Herzog needs a 3 takedown to get a tech fall.
Try to fireman's there, a little too far out.
Give Jaden love for trying it. It just wasn't tight. It wasn't tight enough.
More bonus
Referee
points.
will give Herzog that 3 points for the takedown, and Herzog will pick up the tech fall, and 5 more points for Coleman.
47-16 with 2 matches left, Ryan. I got to tell you, I'm shocked.
Well, it just shows you that Bayport's got some work to do, and that's not a problem. You know, the work is what this is all about, and they need to find their way and figure this thing out. We'll head to 150 pounds. 150 pounds, we'll get Miguel Magana from Bayport. He's a junior. 1-6 on the season so far. Had some good matches. I've been watching him. He's been competing, but it's first year on varsity. He's trying to figure it out yet. And so we'll get Chase Gruber here from Coleman. He's a junior. Chase Gruber, 19-23 last year. He's 2-3 on this season. Took 13th at Kimberly. Miguel 1-6 on the season. First year on varsity. We're already calling some blood time here before we even start the match. Looks like he had some scrapes on his face. Referee wanted those covered up with some Vaseline. So, all part of the, it's a combat sport. So you're gonna get some.
You're gonna get some rug burn. You're gonna get some nicks and some cuts.
That's all part of the sport. Watch Miguel last week at Brilliant. Had some really nice shots. Just really wrestling smart. Just not able to finish in those really tough situations. And that's first year on varsity, trying to figure things out. That stuff's gonna happen. Nice shot here by the Coleman wrestler, and Magana with a nice little whizzer, but then Coleman smart enough to bring bring the leg up and get him up off the mat. He gets the takedown and immediately lets him go to make it 3-1. So Miguel's got to just have some smart touch and go moves here. Touch, take the shot.
Chase with a significant reach advantage there. You can see he's taking his shot from really far out.
Yeah, he's a tall 150. He'll get 3 more. Make it 6-1. He'll give up the escape to go 6-2. Again, those takedowns this year were 3 points instead of 2. That changes a lot of dynamic. If you're a feet wrestler, you're picking up 2 advantage points to a takedown to an escape, a takedown to an escape. Where in the past you get a takedown for 2, give up escape for 1. It takes a lot of takedowns to get an advantage. Now you're picking up those 2 extra points. So a lot of wrestlers, you're going to see a lot of wrestlers this year go to their feet because they're going to pick up more points from their feet. And that's a smart wrestling.
And like you said earlier, right, it's trying to develop and prepare these kids for college, right? I mean, we got a lot of great wrestling here. Why not move that high school match to the college game? Make it a little more exciting, a little bit more advantageous to get after it on your feet. Obviously, Coleman was ready for that tonight. They've been great on their feet for most of the matches. Few mistakes by Bayport. But Coleman throughout the night has been the aggressors taking the shots, controlling and dictating the pace of each and every match.
Well, no doubt. We've talked about a couple different things over the years. Number one is you got to get the first takedown, and that just sets the pace for the match. But the second thing is not giving up those bonus points, and we've been giving up bonus points all night long.
A ton of bonus points were had tonight. I mean, I don't have the stats right in front of me, but I guarantee you there's only been a handful of matches even that were decided by 1, 2, 3 points. Seems like it's been a lot of lopsided victories tonight.
So 9-2, and Gruber takes down. He gets an immediate escape on a switch to his feet, and then he's going to go up 10-2. So 1:40 to go in the second period. Gruber trying to do a little slide by, and he's going to get the takedown on that. That's 3 more points for him. 13-2 is your score. He's going to do an assassin. That move is called an assassin, where you kind of bring him back across your body to try to get a cheap tilt like that. He does not score the points on that, so he'll let him go. go back to his feet. Smart. He's dominating on his feet.
Dominating on his feet, and every time you do, it's 3 points. Why not just let him up? Keep taking him down. Don't try to assassinate anybody, especially in today's world. He did. He learned from it. He said, why don't I just go to my feet where I know I can get 3 every single time?
1 minute to go.
Just a great display out here tonight by Coleman.
Yeah, Gruber looks tough. Again, took 13th at the Kimberly Invite this last weekend, but just wrestling really aggressive on his feet. So up 16-4, gets another takedown. That's going to get a tech fall for Coleman.
More bonus points.
So more bonus points. That's going to be a 5-point advantage or 5-point match for them. And my friends, 52-16.
Well, I can guarantee you, like almost 100% certainty that we're not going to have bonus points by Coleman in this match. Cole Bartline, excited to see him and a transition from his role that he had on the football team to wrestling. Just a bright future for this sophomore from Bayport. His dad also coaching. Excited to see Cole and see where he ends up this year and what weight class.
Cole Bartline is your wrestler for Bayport. Sophomore, 157 pounds today. He's been wrestling up at 165 to start the season, but got him down to 157 today.
And I do know his weight from football, but I'm not going to say it.
Please don't. He'll be wrestling Cole Berth Jr. tonight for Coleman.
Should be a great match.
6-0 on the season. He was a champion at Kimberly last weekend. Cole Bartline was 34-15 last year. He is 7-0 to start the season. He's ranked number 13 in the state. And, it'd be nice to have Cole Bartline come out and finish this thing on a strong note for Bayport. Down 52-16 in this final match of the evening. Much love to Coleman on a really, really excellent job by them tonight. They have dominated.
They have. They've been aggressive on their feet. They haven't made the mistakes that costed, that ended up turning into a fall or, getting behind 7-0. They've wrestled smart. They've been the aggressors on the feet. With the new rules, getting 3 points, it's been a big difference.
Yeah, so if you think about it tonight, Bayport's picked up a win from they picked up a win from their returning state place finishers, Aloya Schlumpf and Owen Waukee, and from the freshman Tucker Athey.
Tucker Athey.
It started this night out at not first weight class, but started out going with a nice little win and nice little 3-point match for him. We'll give much love to Tucker Athey for a big freshman win tonight.
Absolutely. He's been by far up to the point Bayport's best wrestler, at least tonight. And, hopefully Cole can finish that up and maybe take that mantle from him here with a win to close it out for the Pirates.
Again, Cole Bartline is not just a great wrestler. He spends a lot of time on the mat all year. His dad is one of the coaches for Bayport, but also, had a huge success this year on that football team that won the state title. Playing at linebacker, giving some extra minutes for the Pirates as they needed, as that season kept moving along, they needed some extra help just for all of the time that's being played out on those downs. He really contributed in such a great way.
He did, started the year on JV and ended up playing significant minutes, even starting in the state championship game. At one point was leading the team in tackles. Just a great all-around football season. And he was playing in the 170s. Football, got to keep your weight up. Easy to lose, though. He's getting down, and he's going to be a force this year, whether it's 157 or, I believe, 150 pounds.
And so it's 0-0 at the end of the first period, and then Coleman will choose down. And so Cole Bartline goes on top, breaks them down right away. So we are 1:45 to go in the second period. Cole Berth is your wrestler from Coleman, and Cole Bartline is your wrestler. So it's the Battle of the Coles.
Battle of the Coles. And like you said, Cole Berth, 33-19, 6-0 on the young season. First at the Kimberly Invite. He's looking to make a name and jumpstart his season as well.
Speaking of Coles, my son Cole is listening in from UW-Madison in his dorm room tonight, so great to have Cole out there.
Thanks for listening. I did stop in today, too, at Red's Excavating. I know all the fellas are watching in. They were excited for the meet tonight.
Thanks for watching, guys. Reds is our premier sponsor for the Battle on the Bay this weekend, so we'll give them shout-outs this weekend, but why not tonight, too, right?
Heck yeah.
Again, Bartline with about 1 minute to go in the second period, just in control on top. You can see Colbarth not really trying to work up to his base. Now he will. But Bartline just been in control. This is where you try to get that 2-on-1, and let's get some cheap points here.
Try to get some points. I mean, you don't want to go into the third 0-0. And
there's the arm bar.
Now we're going to get some near fall here.
Nice arm bar to bring him to his back.
Pin, he's got that pretty tight.
Nice job.
Now he's got it locked.
And he's got it locked tight.
Now he's got it locked tight.
There's
30
the pin.
seconds, and there's the pin.
1:30 is your pin time for Cole Bartline. And he'll stay undefeated on the season as we finish out this duel tonight with a pin by Bayport. And a 52-21 dual meet win tonight by the Coleman Cougars over the Bayport Pirates. And so we finished that duel tonight with a big win by Coleman. The number 5 ranked team in the state at Division II as they are up in the competitive balance rules with WIAA up a division to Division II. Bayport Pirates ranked number 4 at Division I. Take that loss tonight to a really talented team.
Yeah, regardless, I mean, it doesn't matter what division you're in. Coleman, historically, just looking at the banner, state championship, 1960, 62, 63, 62, 64, 2000, 214, 220. I can keep going. Great program, and they showed why tonight. It's a community pride. It's a wrestling thing. It's, hey, we're all in it together. Let's go battle. And obviously Coleman is one of the best teams regardless. It doesn't matter what division. They're one of the best in the state.
Yeah, they are going to be a team to contend with. There is no doubt. That they had their full lineup in tonight. That is one tough lineup and super impressive. So we'll give a shout out here to the Cougars on a really well done match tonight as they pick up several bonus points with pins that I don't think we expected. And at the same time, you know, it's still early in the season and Bayport's got some work to do. You take a loss like this early in the season and don't worry about it because this gives you something to work on. And so I never have a problem with an early loss. That's just part of the game. And then you work on that whole idea of moving forward. Again, go back to this football team. They lost their second game of the season to Kimberly, handily, by the way, and come back and win a state title. So, you know, you don't worry about those early losses. You get better from them. And I think Bayport will get better from this as well.
Absolutely, and you know, we have guys all over the place. We talked about it. Cole's wrestling. Where is he? 157, 165. We have other guys doing the same thing. And after the holidays, right, we get a couple pounds. Christmas comes in. That's when people start to really find out where they're going to be, where their body is. And I think our wrestling team's going to look a lot different here after the break. But it's a learning experience, right? We kind of took it. They punched us in the mouth today.
They sure did.
How are we going to react going forward? And I'm sure the coaches, Brad and everybody, Coach Shefchick, are going to get the boys and be pretty honest and blunt with them and say, we got our butts kicked tonight. What are we going to do about it going forward?
Absolutely. So you get back on the mat, you keep working, get back in the weight room, keep working, get out in condition, and keep working. And that's all part of this game. So Bayport Pirates pick up 4 wins tonight in this duel with 14 matches. They'll get a pin at 120 from Owen Waukee. They get a pin at 126 from Aloya Schlump. They get a pin at 157 from Cole Bartline. And the freshman, Tucker Athey at 175 picks up a really, really nice win tonight. Super proud of him.
Absolutely.
As he gives Bayport their one of only 4 wins tonight. Congratulations to Coleman on a really nice job tonight as they win this duel 52-21. And so we'll sign off tonight. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back again. We're back next week. Well, this weekend is actually the time you'll hear us next. We'd love to have you join us for the semifinals and the finals at the Battle on the Bay, which at Bayport High School. That tournament is the largest single-day tournament in the state of Wisconsin. Join us for the semis and the finals. We'll be on Bayport Radio as always, but we'll also be on WI Wrestle. Join us for those broadcasts, and we'd love to have you come out and be part of what we do. And so we'll do the Battle on the Bay this weekend. Next Thursday, we'll be at Manitowoc with a double duel. We'll wrestle Sheboygan South and Manitowoc that evening. And so we'll broadcast there from Manitowoc next weekend, or next Thursday, I should say. We'll see you this Saturday at Bayport Looks like we might have some weather, so it's just a tradition. Like seriously, every single year,
20 inches of snow.
every year.
Yeah.
So it looks like we might have some weather coming in, but we'll be out there. We'll be broadcasting. Keep joining us this year as we continue to broadcast Bayport Wrestling for you. For Brian LeClaire, this is Ryan Wellnitz. Everybody be safe out there, and let's make it a great evening. Thank you,
Pirates.
Bayport.